So folks, sorry we couldn't hear me. Now I know. I'm going to change batteries and put everybody in so we can hear better.
Chaser.
What's that?
No, I was just talking crazy.
We're changing right now, folks.
I heard something. Did we get up or anything?
Nope, you're fine. Just don't let the bike start to get back. So,
Zar. What's up, buddy? You got too close, buddy. What's up, big buddy? Whoa, what happened there? What happened there? Sorry.
Let me see your sound on there. Okay, folks. So we should have good.
What you need?
You're getting a little low on battery. Let me see if I can change them real quick.
Yeah, I can't. I'm just worried about.
Stay right there. Okay, put some fresh batteries in. Folks, we're doing a little technical shuffling around, and I'll be right back with you, and you'll have a...
Let me turn that towards you.
Yep, you'll have a clear stream of what I'm doing. Look at Chase trying on this harness.
We're just trying to get Princess while we're doing that together.
Chase? Just click right in. Okay, folks. Thank you so much for telling me that you weren't hearing.
Still something's not plugged in like it was before.
Oh, yeah. Let me just plug this in. Thanks so much, folks. I'm coming right back at you with sound. Alright, folks, trying to work through some technical difficulties here. No, it's on mute, that's why. Might help, folks, if I didn't have it on mute. Okay. I'm back at you, folks. I'll plug this in. Okay, folks, we should be connected now. I see all lights are green. We are definitely connected. Once again, I totally apologize. We're doing some crazy stuff here. All good. All in the name of dogs. We good? Hi, guys. I'm back with you. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, so we are live. Let me just, if I can get back to my feed. You are live with the WooFDriver on the NCR Trail. Started out of Glen Rock, Pennsylvania, going into York, PA. Scheduled about 15.3 miles. That's what we're scoped right now. We're running really good. Got all 4 dogs with us, and we're just loving life under almost a full moonlit sky. And I'm just okay. Okay, I know audio is working because I can hear myself on the feedback. Okay, so we're back at you. So we've done right now about 7 miles. Again, I started out of Glen Rock, PA. Started about 7 o'clock tonight. It was, of course, still light out. And we ran right through the sunset. Beautiful scenes. If you haven't seen that video yet, please go back and check it. And got my 4 Wolfpack dogs with me. Again, they're all Huskies. One of them, Zorro, who's the only one that's not white. He's more traditional Husky colors. He's got Malamute in him, so he's got a big head. He's got a big head both ways. He knows he's good, and he's got truly a big head. And he is the biggest of all the Wolfpack, weighing in at 75 pounds. Looks a lot bigger than he is. They're all woolly coats, which means they're long-hair, double-coated dogs. So that's a story. I'll sign everyone into the partio. Thank you so much, Devera. Thank you so much for letting me know the radio's working well now. Yeah, this is a whole broadcasting live on Facebook is pretty sophisticated, to say the least, or actually pretty old school, to say the least, because you can't use anything but a tablet or just crossing something here I thought was a snake. You see that? A tablet or a smartphone. So you can't take a camera or anything of the sort and just broadcast from it. So it makes audio pretty complicated, especially if you want to put the camera, like we're doing, in a remote area. Rhett's running the camera, because since the audio is only on the phone, that makes it kind of difficult. So we've got a wireless system going on, and it's pretty sophisticated in itself, and it's enabling him to be able to hold the camera, it's not right in front of me, and talk into this wireless mic and tell everybody, narrate our story as we go. So that's why there's always seems to be a little mishap. You're looking at all the dogs. There's no mishap with the run. It's actually an unbelievable evening. It's probably in the mid-60s right now. We're pretty much in the backwoods. Luckily, we do have a cell signal, so we're able to bring you this. We had a little bit of a problem because we were trying to coordinate our run. We're going to end in the city, the outskirts of York, Pennsylvania. And anytime you get into the outskirts of a city, especially in the late hours of the night like we're going to be, we always want to guarantee our safety in the best way possible, and we had to call in another driver to help Chris be shuffling cars around so we can get in our full 15 miles. The dogs are pretty amped up tonight, and we want them to be able to get their full run in. Our other option was to stop at 11.3 miles. That was the other access where Chris could have accessed us, but because we're growing so strong and got a nice day of rest planned for them tomorrow, I wanted to make sure they got something that was could cater to their energy. Any questions you may have, I've got the live feed going on so we can take them, or comments. Hope you're enjoying the show. We've got a bunch of different live shows coming up for you on WooFDriver. Don't know if you caught Britt Savage. She does the WooFDriver News. She did that before I went on, about 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I believe it was. And she's great. She's an animal-looking chick, for lack of a better description. And I hope she broadcasts them one day. She's very entertaining with them. And like I said, she's an animal lover. I believe she's got a dog, a cat, and a lot of other furry friends. And beaked friends, it sounds like, right? So she does a WooFDriver News twice a week. Dean Miller, who's also known as the AKA the Dog Counselor, he'll be taking your questions tomorrow. Expert trainer, and he's great. You can give him your questions. He'll hopefully get to them live on the air. That's tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And Monday will be Carol Anderson, I believe it is. And she'll be doing, she's a motivational speaker, and she has just published a book. She's an author of how dogs, what we can learn from our dogs, and she'll tell you more about her book, and she's going to take questions, and it's going to be a wonderful show. Her book just is published on Amazon, and it's in Cracker Barrel, so she's very interesting, okay, and a dog lover in her own right. So joining the broadcast is going to be David Saylor. David, a lot of the people that I mentioned are out of Nashville, Tennessee. I'm in Maryland with the Wolfpack, and David Saylor, who will be your Tuesday night host, is out of England, Birmingham, England, and we're all over the place, the WooFDriver team. He actually is going to do, come on guys, hike, come on. Oh, hey, Guy says hi. Okay, got to take a minute here. Hello, Sarah, and hello, Guy. Yeah, Guy is one of the original WooFDriver pit crew members who helped us pioneer a lot of this technology. He, if you go way back in our archives, you go on the Ustream channel, you might still catch some of our live broadcasts we were doing 2-3 years ago plus. And that's when this technology was brand spanking new. Facebook, you couldn't do it on. Facebook is only a couple months old, I believe, that you can do this live broadcast that we're doing. But the technology was really limited, even though it's pretty cool what you're able to do even back then, of how we were doing our live broadcast. Guy was wearing this big camera on his shoulder, and he was yelling to me what people were commenting, and it was just truly awesome to see. We've got a little frog on the trail. You see him? Yeah, I mean, this thing's the size of a dime or something. He's just hopping along. I'm yielding to him. So, Guy remembers those days. We did quite a few tours back then. He also, Guy's an expert videographer and edited a lot of our videos and assembled them. We also did a lot of epic runs that year, even through Washington, D.C. at night, because we knew it would be less crowded, of course. So, yeah, that's a good idea. We're going to give him some water. You want to get off first, Rhett? Okay, I'm going to get off now. So, I got to explain this to you. As I'm going to show you Rhett watering the dogs. Guy was filming us as, he's part of the team, like I said. We went through Washington, D.C., so if you can imagine the National Mall. The National Mall goes from the U.S. Capitol, I believe, to the Lincoln Memorial. We started off around the Lincoln Memorial. We continued on from there, past the Washington Monument, past the Smithsonian Institute museums, and on our way to the U.S. Capitol. We didn't quite make it that far. I think we had pushed our luck far enough. We had been stopped by 2 federal police agents. I don't know if they were Secret Service or what. And they were cool with what we were doing. They were a little bit puzzled by it, to say the least. But they wanted to know what if we had a license to do what we were doing. The problem is everybody wants to make their money. By the way, I'm going to show you. Jag's just taking in some water. And there's Pretty Princess. Everybody wants to make their money. So apparently when you go on the U.S. National Mall, you need special licenses or permits to be able to film. And they thought, because of all, God bless you, Princess, because of all the equipment, and there was a couple other people, pros, on board that night to help us. We actually did a live broadcast and a filming from there. They thought because of all the equipment and how well organized we were part of like A&E or the History Channel or one of the nature channels, whatever. And we had to convince them that we actually weren't, because they're like, you don't have a permit to do this. And we're like, why do we need a permit? We're broadcasting on YouTube. We're dog lovers, hobbyists. And they're like, because that's all professional grade equipment. And we did convince them, and we were not lying. I mean, yes, as Sean the Burning Man put it best, he said to the police, Well, you go out, you're a pro with your gun, you go out and probably shoot that for fun, right? And he goes, well, I don't go kill people, but I do go to the range. You say, well, we're professionals in our field, professional videographers and photographers, and and professional event organizers, and we're doing this for the fun and love of dogs. So lo and behold, they let us go, and that is some epic footage, and I want to thank Guy for doing that. Another one we went to is we ran the Assateague Beach, and I've never seen dogs mush on a beach. And it's pretty similar to snow as I envisioned it. The sand you can sink into. The tires don't move as nicely through there, so we used a lot of the electric motor. Here you go, Rhett. So we used a lot of the electric motor, as you can imagine. And I was on the cart mostly myself. We had to do some convincing there, too, for them to let us mush the beach. It's a great video on that because it's funny. On Assateague Island, which is on the eastern shore of Maryland, and I think it goes into Virginia, it's a preserve. Okay, I'm just going to let the dogs rest a sec. We just watered the dogs, as I said. It's a preserve, and there's wild horses there. And we didn't see anybody in the beginning of the video. Truly epic. So be sure to tune into that. And lots of other cool stuff Guy was part of. So as I was talking earlier, there are a lot of people that are a part of the WooFDriver project that make this all and have made this all possible. So just giving kudos and always shout outs to them. And hopefully he's watching. I know him and Sarah are looking in and checking us out. So right now, folks, we've got in about, I'm going to say, 8.5 miles of a scheduled 15-mile run. So we're a little better than halfway. We'll probably be doing what we say, mushing through the midnight hour. And we never know what we're going to run into. I'm assuming as we get closer to York, this cell signal we have will stay. And that'll be real nice for us because it'll give us a chance to really film this whole journey. That's the idea here. Red is my cameraman, my co-pilot, and he's helping out for the evening. He's almost always with me, but he's really part of this filming part. It's a lot to keep track of because he's in the back of the dog cart. He's watching the dogs. He's watching for any obstacles that I might not pick up on, and he's watching behind us for anything coming from behind. Always there's wild animals out here. There's bike riders, as you saw earlier, and there's lots of other stuff. So we need to be safe as we can, and he's on the lookout, as well as trying to run the night vision equipment. So it's all a little bit of a challenge, but that's what we do here in WooFDriver Land. Any other questions? Any other comments? I'm here to take them. As I can, or as Rhett can relay them to me, I'll answer them, address them the best I can. So I think the dogs are ready to go. We're going to start the journey off again. Come on, guys. Hike. I know Chase is getting in on his harness. So what he likes to do is chew it, as I said before. So, and actually he doesn't damage. It's kind of like a pacifier. He doesn't really damage it, but he does chew it. Chew on it. Gnaw on it. So you can see we took a break. We gave the dogs water. And we're continuing on our journey. We're paralleling some railroad tracks. I know I mentioned it before, so I'm sorry. I know a lot of people join the broadcast as we go on through it. So once in a while, I'm just going to mention important facts. And I wanted to tell you that the railroad tracks here are pretty historic because this whole trail is, as Abraham Lincoln, the story is, or the fact is, he rode this trail twice. Once in his on his way to give the Gettysburg Address, and the other time in his casket from when he was assassinated in D.C. So a lot of history here, and that only adds to the paranormal activity that could be lurking. Again, we do ghost hunts, part of our werewolves series. Got a whole website dedicated to it, werewolves.com. And next week, we're up for a big ghost hunt with a professional paranormal hunter. And he's coming from deep down in Virginia to meet us. Oh, was that eyes? Or is that lightning? Yeah, we get faked out a lot. I was alluding to earlier, a lot of times because eyes are reflective from animals and humans as well. So when we see them at a distance with our light, we know something's ahead. Occasionally it's a reflector, occasionally it's eyes. As you get closer, of course, you can see if there's one or two. Sometimes it's just the profile of the animal. But we become an expert on what size the eyes are and how far off the ground they are. We can usually tell. The only thing that gives us a little bit of a challenge is when this time of year when we run into lightning bugs, because the way they light up. Now, there is only one, but sometimes, again, they're close to each other, or you can think it's the profile of an animal, but it can be a little eerie out here. So, especially as we're on a part of a trail I've never been on before. As I explained, I've mushed this trail many a years with my original 2 husky wolf. Cool. Come on, guys. Hike. So they taught me everything I know about huskies, and they were my original 2 dogs, and we did a lot of pioneering with those dogs. They made it possible for me to do what I'm doing today, and I'm always thinking about them. I've got not as many videos as with my current family because of the technology and how I'm trying to share this with everyone. By the way, these videos are, I'm going to look here. Everything looks like it's, what's that? Oh, thank you so much, Karen. I really appreciate it. Yeah, what the videos do, I know I love sharing what we do, but the videos are so cool, and the photos, because I can see when we're done the activity, I could see what the dogs were doing and how they were performing through certain situations. Especially now, as I explained, I'm training our little Chinese Crested, who's a puppy. Gigi's her name. She's about 10 months old, training her to run on the dog cart. Actually, the dog scooter. And Gigi is awesome. What it's helping us do, it's helping do a couple things. It's helping us transition her relationship with the big dogs. So they accept her into the pack, and she understands them. She learns to work as a team with them. So it's pretty interesting, the dynamics, and how a wolf pack works is part of my expertise. So this putting her on the scooter and getting her involved with the team is really integral in her socialization. And when I watch the videos of how she performs, because when we're on the scooter and it's just me, okay, let me plug that in. So, lean forward. Okay, so folks, got to take a break here just to keep the system working here. So I'm gonna change the sound, if you don't mind, Rhett. Let me see. Looks like it's got 32%. Okay, I'm going to charge this. And let's see if I can get. Does it say anything yet?
It hasn't changed. 20%.
Okay, folks, just trying to. Again, we're broadcasting from an iPhone. Yep, looks like we're charging still. That's a good sign. We're broadcasting from an iPhone, so we got to keep it charged too. So we got all kinds. Came off?
No.
Okay, that pointing. Okay, cool. So just as Rhett's holding the broadcasting mechanism. Okay. Oh, sorry, buddy. Good. Okay, so I'm training Gigi, and I'm learning through the video because remember, I'm watching her. Oops. I'm watching her very closely as we run. So when I can't necessarily pay a lot. I can't critique her running style without seeing the video. So once I see the video, it's awesome because I can see what she's doing, how she's responding to obstacles like branches in the road, whatever the case may be. She's doing really well. I had one today I was going through, and I was shocked to see. Thanks so much, Dexter. I really appreciate it. Hi, Cheryl. It was so interesting to watch Gigi jump this branch. I knew it was coming up, and I knew it was something she could handle. And we approached it slow enough that she could choose to stop, and I could move it out of the way, but I wanted to see how she would react because we've already done this. This is about our 4th week, and she just jumped it like she was a trained expert, and then she continued on the journey like, hey, what's next? So it's pretty cool. It teaches this everything I do helps instill confidence in the dogs, so the relationship with me can be better. What's that, Brett? It was all good. Okay. So, and the relationship with each dog of themselves can be better. And when they're more confident and don't hold as many fears, they're less likely to exhibit unwanted behaviors. Especially, a lot of dogs get aggressive because of fear, because they're uncertain or unsure of the situation. So as we develop confidence in our dogs, they can become more capable of dealing with different incidents and situations that we don't necessarily always know are going to happen, especially as active as I am with them. You know, we've had wheels fall off these bikes. Now, they're all designed with the dog safety in mind. That's our biggest concern. But it's amazing. Nothing phases these dogs because they're so well-versed. So right now, we're just taking a breather. Princess has got her ears towards the cliffside to my left, and we're just checking to see if anything's there. And we've been running great. We had done a water about a mile ago, and we're just chilling. Yeah, Cheryl's asking about the only reason I haven't debuted. I mean, Gigi has done better than my wildest expectations. The only reason I haven't debuted her yet is because unfortunately, you know, everybody out there everywhere is just so critical of some things, and they see this little dog running and they think that I'm asking her to pull this dog scooter with me on it. And of course that's not the case. If they read a little further, they'll find out that, oh, it's electric powered, and oh, she can run, walk, or do whatever she desires. But people look at it, and so I just like to I just don't want a lot of blowback, and I hate getting that blowback. It drives me crazy. So what I chose to do is I published these videos on YouTube, but they're all gonna be accessible, and I'm gonna start broadcasting our runs hopefully this week, because it's been amazing for her, and such a wonderful way of training, as I explained. More than just the physical exercise of it, but the mental aspect, and especially the socialization when I involve the other dogs as I have. So, yes, that's why. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Okay, we're going to get going. Come on, guys. Ready? Come on. Chase. Just in case you were wondering, Cheryl, Chase is chewing his harness, so time to go. So again, we're scheduled to run to York, Pennsylvania. We came out of Glen Rock. Glen Rock's a real small town. We've passed some historical buildings throughout, and we're paralleling a railroad track. And the railroad track, I believe, is not in commercial use, but it's just for a touristy style local train that people use during the summer months. And we've run along here with the train coming down, and of course it's decorated real nicely, and I think they got steam coming out of it to show how it works. It's just beautiful. So we didn't see it tonight. We tried to start below the station so we wouldn't have a lot of people. We're always trying to keep as limited of a crowd as possible, just because when we have to work around crowd traffic, it just slows us down, and the dogs get antsy, and it becomes a pain in the butt. But we have done a couple festivals, that reminds me. One of them, the Barks Festival, which is the Baltimore, it's the local city rescue that I've worked with, trying to raise funds for them. And I did one of their festivals, and they really wanted me to bring the dogs and show everybody how they run on the dog bike or the dog sled on wheels. And we did it. It was a wonderful experience. That was really crowded. And the dogs just responded so wonderfully. All the dogs at the festival, and my dogs. So we went through this crowded street full of dogs and people with food everywhere. And my dogs, the wolf pack, just kept running like It was everyday activity they do, run with all those people. And in addition, there's a run that they do to benefit the charity as well, to benefit the rescue. And they wanted me to lead it in some way, but I knew the runners are going to be faster than us. That's why I try to explain to people, we're usually moving at a walking pace, relatively speaking, unless we get a sense of wildlife. So we're usually going slower than any jogger's going to go. So I went way before the joggers and did my lap of the course, or a couple laps. And I remember that day I actually did it with one of the local newscasters. Again, they try to raise as much awareness as they can so they can get donations and raise funds for the animals they rescue. Wonderful organization. They also do a calendar with our Baltimore sports team, the Baltimore Orioles. So pretty cool stuff. They're a pretty big charity, pretty big shelter. Okay. Just a beautiful night here, folks. Really, are the skies clear, Red? We're covered by the tree canopy. We got a full moon, slight overcast, so it gives you that eerie looking moon again when you see clouds around it and not seeing stars. This trail, I've run into deer, raccoon, snakes, turtles, big snapping turtle. I'm trying to just think off the top of my head. I think I've heard owls. I haven't seen any on this trail. Running through some cool horse manure there. So there are horses on this trail. Probably not at night. I have run into horses running here, and horses can be very skittish around dogs. That reminds me of another awesome epic event that we were talking to Guy earlier. He was part of, where we actually, quote unquote, raced some Belgian horses on the local horse training track here in Maryland. It was probably the coolest video and one of the coolest experiences I've ever done. So if you get a chance, I'll republish it, but it is on YouTube, and it's very cool. What an experience. The dogs did wonderful. The horses did wonderful, and it was just so cool. Try to move to my left. When we can let the dogs get a sense, running on the crush and run that's what this is. The roadway is called crush and run. It's gravel, if you will. Now see something. We think it's just a reflector, folks, but we do see something ahead. So sometimes I got to take my attention off the broadcast. I apologize. But yeah, it looks like a placard, some benches here. Try to get a glimpse of this for you. See what this is all about. And is that a placard?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Wow. Huh. You want to go check that for a sec? Let's.
Yeah. Do you want to hold on to this?
No. You bring the camera. See if you can film it.
I'm connected.
Oh, okay. Give it to me. Red's connected. I forgot. Minor details. Okay, I got it. Yep. So Red is going to go over and check. See a placard just to see. We like to check out the history of the trail to see if it's denoting anything. Thanks, Betsy. So great to see you. Thanks for joining the party, the run here.
Howard Tunnel.
Oh, we're coming on the Howard Tunnel?
Howard Tunnel in 1838.
Okay, folks, we got a real special treat for you. We're going to actually mush through a tunnel. That's right. You're going to...
I don't know if it still exists.
Oh, it still exists because I've gone through it.
Okay.
It's big. This is cool. This is cool stuff. Really want to capture this for you. If you know anybody that loves dogs and doing the adventures we're on, tell them to stay tuned, because if we can keep signal, this is going to be an awesome experience. Come on, guys. So I have been up this far. Come on. Chase, stop chewing that harness. Chase. Okay. This is a tunnel that dates back 1838. By the way, we're crossing the 15-mile marker right now. So about 8.5 miles we got in. The Howard Tunnel, it's got a lot of history to it. You can look that up. I'm not quite certain of it. I've known it. I can't remember it now. But it is a train tunnel, and we can mush right through it, and it's in good shape. Pretty awesome. So, what's that? Hand cut rock. Wow. Wow. Yeah, give her some there. Sometimes we'll have where.
Watch this board. I don't know if it has nails. See it?
Oh yeah, I do see it. Okay, I'm gonna go this way. Sometimes the dogs will get a little bored. That's why I was saying you have to engage their instinct. So what I'll do is, as I was talking, it's a gravel surface. It doesn't hold the scent, like smelling scent of the grass. Oh, here comes a tunnel. So I'll put the dogs over in the grass a little bit, get them run the shoulder of the trail. They'll catch a couple scents and say, "Wow, I like this," and that just perks them right up. So yeah, are you getting this on tape, Rhett?
It's coming up fuzzy.
Let's get to it, folks. You're in for a real treat here. This is at the Howard Tunnel. And let's see, can you get it now or? You got your IRs on bright? I'm gonna get out for a second. Okay, let me see it. I'm gonna get out. Let me see the camera. Try to see if we can focus this in for you, folks. Oh, yeah, you got this definitely turned up, right? Let me see. The bottom. Yep, it's turned up all. Let me see. Yeah, that's it. Okay, folks. So he's trying to give you the best view he can, but this is it's not a long tunnel like on the CNO. Come on, guys. Okay, but it is interesting to say the least. So we're approaching it, folks. Remember, we're in the dead of the night, and you're catching this as it happens. Hello. Notice how the dogs react. Because they hear. Yeah, this is all brick. You can't pick up the brick?